Hello. Welcome back. I hope all is well with you guys. Uh, this is the second part, uh, and I call it part one. In the part zero, we talked about what is denial of service attack and the impact of the successful of the denial of service attack. In this second part, we are going to talk about uh, distributed denial of service attack, which consists of many episodes. In the first episode, we are going to talk about in a short description what is distributed denial of service attack and some terminology that we need to know and the structure of it. And I forgot to mention that my English is not good, but I will try my best. If you have difficulty to understand, you can put your question by writing in the commenting area or send me your question via the contact link that is in the description of this video. Otherwise, are you ready? Here we go. So, short description. What is distributed denial of service attack? The main difference here is here we have involved multiple compromised devices or hosts. Distributed denial of service attack involves multiple compromised system, often referred to as a botnet, the collection of them, which are used to generate attack traffic. In the denial of service attack, we had one host. Here we have multiple compromised system that together they are called botnet, and they are used to generate the attack traffic. If you did not watch the mm first two episodes, which was about denial of service attack, I recommend that you watch those two episodes first, then come here. So now we have basic understanding and description what is distributed denial of service attack, which was the attack that involves multiple compromised system, often referred to as a botnet, which are used to generate attack traffic. We need to have basic understanding and uh, necessary terminology that are being used in the distributed denial of service attack. The first is bot. You might ask, what is bot? It is it is a single compromised or infected device. It can be a tablet, it can be a mobile phone, it can be a computer. Okay. A single compromised or infected device is called botnet. Bot, sorry about that blender. Botnet, you may ask, what is the botnet? It is a collection of these bots. Collection of these bots is called a botnet. Botnet. There are the other terminology that instead of bot is being used also zombie or zombies. Okay, the third important terminology is handler. And you may ask, what is the handler and which role it has in the distributed denial of service attack? The botnet which was the collection of bots. The botnet, I forgot how to write the botnet is controlled by a handler, because when you have multiple infected devices, you don't want them to go rogue. You must somehow find a way to control them. Here comes the role of the handler, which is a device, which is a device or host. We are going into what is a host or device when we come into networking fundamentals. Not here. Here we just mentioned it can device. Device means it can be a tablet, computer like that, or a host. It can be a device or a host at the top at the top of the higher of the top. Huh. I said top, but I did not write it down. At the top of the hierarchy. Hierarchy. For example, if you think like this one here, we have the handler, and down there we have the bots, which are connected, and here we have the attacker, him or herself or entity, which communicates with the handler. The attacker gives command to the handler. Handler communicate that order to the bots. Bots doing that job then send the result back to the handler. Handler relay that result back to the attacker. It goes like this basically. On the top of hierarchy we have handler, which is in constant communication and is controlling the bots. Here down there we have bots. And then we have the attacker. The attacker send a command or order to the handler. Then handler send that order to the bots. Bots, after doing that order, send the result back to the handler. Handler send that result back to the attacker. Here have you attacker. Okay. So the terminology of the attacker here, the attacker communicate with the handler by sending sending and receiving commands to it. Okay, so now we have basic understanding of this necessary terminology. We are going into the third part, which was the structure of the DDoS attack, or distributed denial of service attack. In the first video, in the first two episodes or the first part, we have illustrated an example of a bank, your bank's website. There we had attacker, and the attacker had one device and sent a large amount of requests in the short period of time. But this leads to the result was that you couldn't access your bank website. But compared to that, now we are going to talk about distributed denial of service attack. In this case, it is not one device that is sending a large number of requests in the short period of time. In this case, depending on the resources of attacker, the amount of bots or infected device in a single botnet can amount to 1,000 or 100,000. It depends. Okay, so here I'm very sorry about that one. So here I have, as I mentioned before, I am not good at drawing, but I have tried my best. In the middle, we have your bank website. Then around it, we have bots or infected device. The collection of them called botnet. Then we have handler. Here we have the attacker. And here we have you, the user or the customer. Okay, so the attacker, first of all, the attacker, it can't be individual, I forgot how to write that one. Instead of learning English, I am on the path of forgetting it. Individuals or entity, it can be organization or an organized attacker, which we have mentioned when we talk about the introduction to cyber attacker. Okay, so here we have attacker. The attacker send a command to the handler or order, say attack. The handler relay that command to the bots. This drawing was not right. We can say like this. It depends on the how the attacker has structured the bots. Okay, so after the bots has received the command or order to attack, then each and every one of these bots send a large amount of requests in the short period of time to the site of the bank. So we have mentioned in the previous episode, the bank and the site, they do not have the infinite amount of resources to process and handle the large amount of requests simultaneously. As you imagine, when they receive the large amount of requests from multiple devices, the the volume of traffic and the amount of requests is will be very high. But this will lead to, when you are trying to access send your request, you are being denied because the site does not have resources to receive and handle your request. So we will say in writing, the attacker, first of all, it can be individual or entity orchestrating the attack by communicating to the handler, send the attack command to the handler. The handler in turn, uh, um, we have mentioned the handler is communicating with the bots, okay, and the bots receiving. The bot receive the order from the handler and send the result of the attack back to the handler, and handler relay the result back to the attacker. So attacker send a command or order to the handler to initiate the attack. The handler send that order to the bots. Then bots initiate the attack, and the result of that attack will be communicated back to the handler. Handler will receive the result, and this result the handler will send back to the attacker. So this is basically the structure of the distributed denial of service attack. I hope you have gained some knowledge and understanding about the concept of the denial of service attack. In the second episode, we are going to learn about the initial setup of the handler and these bots, on how they are communicating, and we are going to mention also some method that the attacker is using to cancel the communication between the handler and the bots, so that the security team cannot discover it before the attack is happened. If you have any question up until now, you can put your question in the commenting area, or send it via the contact link that is in the description of this video. Then I will put the answer in writing to you. And I hope that in that way it can help you. Otherwise, see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.